What up, what up, what up, what up, what up? It's been a while. I haven't posted. I did make the videos, and I even went as far as to upload them into YouTube. They're there. I just didn't post them. Because, I don't know, I just feel weird if I'm... Like, I made one before the Super Bowl, right? And I'm like, well, the Super Bowl happened, so I didn't post it. And I made one the next week talking about what I made the last week, and I didn't post it. And yeah, it is what it is. But I want to start off with something fun and light. So the other day, yesterday, my students were being annoying. We were supposed to do a fun activity, but they kept shouting. There's 22 of them, so if they all start shouting, and as I said, there's 22 of them, which means they're kind of packed in there like sardines. They don't got to shout. They're literally within the whispering reach, which I was demonstrating. I'd be like, Lisa. Now, granted, I'm in front of the room and I'm trying to make a point, so it's quiet, but still. So I had them do their vocabulary words for next week. I don't like to start stuff on Friday. It's Friday and it was payday. But nevertheless, they had to do the work. And I gave them 3 chances. I'm like, all right, let's try this again. I turn around, they start shouting. All right, let's try it again. And I was going to show them one of my videos when I was on TV in Japan, because I showed the 7th graders. And they're like, we want to see. So I was going to show them too, because I didn't show them yet. I mean, watching that video is weird because, I mean, when it happened and I went to the next school and I showed it when I was in Japan, it was whatever. But then 10 years removed is like, how old are you? And I'm like, I'm 28. They're like, how are you now? 40. I can't watch this anymore. And everything changed, you know? But anyway, so then one of my girls, she was just like, I don't want to do this stinking thing. And I'm looking over like, what? Stinking thing. I walk over like, did you say you don't want to do this stinking work? She's smiling. She's like, yeah, I don't want to do this stinking work. And then the other girl's like, well, it's not bad because it's not a swear word. I wasn't upset. I wasn't upset about anything. I was just like, because, you know, it sounds like something her grandma would say. And it was cute. But, yeah. No. I'm doing, yeah. Eventually, I did show the video. And they were all excited. I mean, I showed the 6th graders videos of me rapping, so they saw me rap. 7th grade never saw me rap or anything, so they were like clapping and hooting and oh my gosh. But yeah. So last week was a long freaking week. Long week. So on Tuesday, I come to school and the middle school teachers both come downstairs. Only one usually comes down just to, you know, catch up. Let me know if any changes or whatever. But today they both came down like, we got to show you something. You're probably not going to like it. No, I don't think they said, we're going to show you something that's probably going to piss you off or something like that. So I'm like, so then they say the boys were drawing in the bathroom. And then they start saying what it was. And then eventually she sent me the pictures. And the pictures were, so each teacher got their own thing. So one teacher, female teacher, they said she looked like a man. And for the other teacher, they're both white, they said that he's a slave owner. It was spelled wrong. And then for the female teacher, she got a death threat. I'm gonna shoot you. And then for me, I got, I'm a slave and I'm a nigger. And then a bunch of penises drawn around. At first, I thought it was comical. Comical because our select kids, they can't really write. So the grammar was off, it was spelled wrong. The drawings were just weird. Like they're 8th graders. Well, we assumed it was the 8th graders, but it could be anybody. But it looked like 2nd graders drew it. But then, all day I'm processing it, and on that particular day, I didn't have the 8th graders and 7th graders because they had to do some tests or whatever. I didn't see them, and all day I'm processing it. And then, I'm coming to work the next day, throughout the day before, I'm kind of upset because the thing is, my school's mostly minorities, which I did say that to them. They're like, what's a minority? Because in a sense, we are no longer the minorities. But you know what I mean. But they didn't know what I mean. But, mostly Spanish, black kids, not many white kids. So I guess, again, they're not a minority. But you know what I mean. In our school, I'm the only black teacher. There's one black counselor, and there's one Spanish teacher who's Spanish. And everyone else is white. So for anything to be, not saying I'm perfect, whatever. But I have never said anything disparaging. I don't try to degrade. I don't try to embarrass. And you hear me talk every week about my kids. I'm trying my best to get them prepared for life. I'm not patronizing. So yeah, I'm a nigger. And so that started to piss me off. Like, really? I mean, it'd be smart if you're like, yo, well, we got to throw Mr. Bailey in there because it would just look weird, or we want to include it. I don't know, but I was thinking, and I might do this. I might make their little artwork my album cover because I'm 43, man. 42 going on 43. Being called a nigger right after Black History Month. No, probably during, because we don't have a time frame for when it happened. But and it's just a whole bunch of. So in the middle school, it's 6th, 7th, and 8th grade. There's only one boys' bathroom. So the first part is everybody who went to the bathroom either saw it, knew who did it, or whatever, didn't say shit. The teachers have their own bathroom, so I'd never be in there like that. And yeah, it has names and everything, and death threats. So, it's an Amber Alert. I think that's the right color. No one said shit. It got found out by a 3rd grader because the art room's over in the middle school. So a 3rd grader came over and they reported it immediately, or the library's over there. So they went to the bathroom, and they told the library teacher. And the library teacher notified the other people. Now, the library teacher didn't notify me, which it is what it is. Because I spoke to her that one day. Anyway, so that's Tuesday. Wednesday, I have the kids, 7th and 8th. And now by Wednesday, I'm kind of pissed off because, like, really. Now, they got yelled at by their teachers. We were at a Catholic school, so Monsignor, the top priest guy, yelled at them. The principal yelled at them. They lost recess. Whatever. So when they got to my class, I'm like, what can I say that hasn't already been said that will be effective? Because you know how we are. We as in your inner child. But when you were a kid, you do what you do, it's wrong, and then you get yelled at about it. But, one ear out the other. You don't care. So I had 2 approaches. I'll tell you. well, I told my therapist this, and she's like, I'm glad you didn't do that. But this is one way I was going to go at it. I was going to be like, come to class, post the pictures on the wall or on our smart screen, and then be like, well, I was debating whether I should show the pictures because, the girls don't need to see it and they wouldn't have known about it because, girls don't be in the boys' bathroom. Well, it depends. But at our school, that's not a thing. But I was gonna say, I seen the pictures and I didn't know that the girls were in there because only girls write notes. And apparently it's the 8th graders, but it looked like little kids wrote this. So I'm surprised. I thought you guys would write it like young men. And for whoever who called me a nigger, it must be a little kid because if you got something to say it to my... I was going to go in that direction, antagonize them. And if you're going to shoot me, do it. I didn't go that approach because I just didn't. But because I want to live, you provoke people to go out there and shoot you. But I went with this approach. I said, well, first they came into the classroom and I just put on the board, put your head down, silence. And they knew that the situation was serious enough, so 8th grade, they had their head down for like 20 minutes. So I'm thinking, what am I gonna say? I didn't rehearse anything. And then 20 minutes after, I'm like, how did Jesus die? There's a Catholic school. I'm like, how did Jesus die? I'm like, he was nailed to the cross. I'm like, yeah, but how did he die? I didn't rehearse this, so where I want to go with this is he was betrayed by his mans in them. And Judas sold him out. So, but they're just like that. But I wasn't getting anywhere with that. And I'm like, I'm disappointed. That either A, one of you guys did it and you're in this class sitting here, I can't even look at you guys. I'm disappointed. B, you know who did it and you said nothing. It's disappointing. I can't look at you. And then I just went into, I'm trying to prepare you guys for the future, and you guys have a lot of potential, and it's disappointing that you're not using it to your ability. And to be honest, I'm not even a science teacher. I'm not even Catholic. I'm just here so you have someone who kind of looks like you, implying that there's no other black teachers here. It's just me. And, I'm not the smartest, but I lived a good life. I wish I could insert a bunch of stories of all the fun I had in Japan, but the fact is I lived outside the country and I got scholarships, and all I did was stand on principle, my character. You can ask, you could say, if someone said, I saw Matthew smoking, doing XYZ, people was like, no, you didn't. No, you didn't. Because I got that character, people, if I say what I mean and I mean what I say, and, and it's a great thing. And I kind of related that to, how I ended up in Japan is because the professor said that, Matthew, he needs to go because he's a great person. Character. It wasn't my grades. It wasn't my love of Japan. And I timed it just right, so when the class ended, I'm like, all right, get out of my face. I didn't say get out of my face, but I'm just like, I turned my back and like, I'll see you tomorrow, whatever. So I was 8th grade, the ones who most likely did it. And while I was giving my little whatever, I had their eyes. Only one kid who it comes down to, he did it. He kept his head down the whole time. Little piece of poop. Everyone else was looking at me. One girl, she had to leave early, but she still stayed there. She didn't interrupt me as I'm... And it was, again, it's like talking. Like, I was joking that I would have got an Oscar for this because it was a good heartfelt. Actually, I was almost gonna cry. Not because I was hurt, but just they fucking up their lives, and our world is fucked up, and why start fucked up? I mean, yeah, they might have fucked up backgrounds and all that, but this is your chance to like get out of it. And you're just gonna, so that part was just, but at the end of the day, they gotta do what they gotta do, and it's not a me thing, but still, it just hurt that. All right, so then 7th grade, which I taught them last year, my approach was different with them. I'm just like, I'm disappointed in you guys too, because you guys knew me from last year. So I phrased it this way, like if I saw your name on the bathroom and someone said they're gonna hurt you, and I just sat around and laughed about it and told my friends or didn't say anything, would I be a nice person? And they're like, no. One kid's like, I don't understand. I'm like, and I said his full name. I'm like, da 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 da. If I saw da 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 on the wall, and it says it's gonna hurt you, gonna break your legs, because he played soccer, gonna break their legs, and I didn't tell you about it, or I didn't notify the principal, would I be a nice person? Like, no. And so it's disappointing, And in this class, the counselor, which they always run to, not all of them, but the girls always go to the counselor. I'm like, she's black. And, they're calling me, they're saying things about me, they're saying about you too. And then they leave. So that's Wednesday. Then Thursday come, and now the boys didn't have recess, so they're just sitting on the wall. And during this time, a lot of the girls start going up to the teachers to say some more information. I would like to believe it's because my speech was so moving. Because later on, when I got into the lunchroom, the teacher was like, yeah, the students were saying that you were really upset. Which it goes without saying I wouldn't be upset, but they didn't say, like, it's weird. Well, so the students care about me. I don't think they like the other teachers, because it is what it is. But I ain't do shit to them. Like, I mean, I might give them the look like, are you serious? Like, as I mentioned before, I give them a double-sided test paper, and they don't flip the paper over. I'm like, really? You didn't answer the questions on the back of a test. You never flipped it over. You serious? I don't say any names. I might insinuate, are you stupid? But I don't say that. But it's flip the paper over. Are you serious? You don't know how to put your name on top of a paper? If looks can kill, yeah, maybe some would have been injured because my looks. But there's love behind the look. Anyway, so Friday, come to school, or Thursday, Friday, I guess. Yeah, Friday. So on Friday, I made my mind up. Cause I for both the 8th and 7th grade, I said, we're a church, a faith-based school, so regardless of what you said to me, I gotta forgive you. I have to show you. And it's gonna be hard because what? I didn't swear, I didn't raise my voice, just talking. But I gotta forgive you. I gotta show you that this means something. So my plan was on Friday, when they came to class, because I told them that they have potential, and that might sound like that's what a teacher would say, but you don't believe that shit. So you remember my brand, RG, used to be Rhyming Gaijin, and I switched it to Real Genius. And I made tags for it. And on the tag, I just put, the only difference between me and you is I found my dream, and you should follow yours too and be a real genius. It had me, because I didn't want the brand just being, I'm wearing this because this guy. I wanted people to wear it because it meant something to them. What makes you a genius? RG. So I was going to give each student one of the tags, the tags where you sew them into your shirt. I was going to do a whole line of like tags that you sew in. Different shirts would have different tags, the black label, but I didn't go with color. I was going to do different things, but it costs money. And I'm a one person. Anyway, I was going to show them the videos of me in Japan. I didn't show them either, just so they could see I had a good time when I was in Japan. And there's nowhere you can't go if you don't try. But I didn't see them on Friday because they were being interrogated. Finally, we got the 4 people who fessed up or had damaging information. So I didn't see them. So when I came out so then we got our 4 people. So when the 7th graders came in, they're like, I didn't do it, Mr. Bailey, I'm clear. Maybe they didn't shoot the gun, but they saw who shot it. When I came into the recess, some of the boys are like, no, yeah, you may not be the shooter, but you went to the store to get the bullets. I'm happy but one of the kids, because these are all brown kids, one white kid, we only have like 3 white kids at our school, they got in trouble. So I'm pretty sure, I couldn't imagine the brown kids calling colored people, Spanish people, you don't call them black, but color, run around. I don't know. I'm not a kid, so I don't know why kids do it, or young people do it. But yeah, it was a long week. And it gets longer because, all right, so now that's done with. We found out who did it. The air is a little lightened. But it gets worse because now I happen to be in the office because I ordered pizza for the teachers because it's Lent. Good morning. So it's Lent and you're not allowed to have pepper. Well, I'm not Catholic, so I could eat pepperoni wherever I want. But all month they've been buying pizza and, I want to buy pizza too. So I asked the secretaries to buy us pizza because apparently where we are at, the schools, the pizza shops open at 11 and our lunch is at 11:20. So I asked them around 10 o'clock, can you order us a pizza? And she's like, yeah, but at 11, she's like, oh. I think she forgot. It was her birthday today, so maybe all that. But either way, so we're sitting in there and I'm like, because the teachers didn't bring any food. And I'm like, but we had all this going on. So we're talking about this and they're telling me the updates. But I don't even know what it's, well, it is what it is. So the pizza came and it was really good. It was a grandma pizza. That's what they call it. It's Sicilian, but grandma. It was really good. $20 though, but really good. It made up for it. Like it was worth the wait. Those square pizzas. But, so yeah, I'm in the office. That's what I'm talking about, pizza. I was in the office ordering the pizza or asking the secretaries if there's any pizza that could be ordered before 11. And the kid, one of the dads of the kid who did it, like he's another white kid. Oh, I say white, Italian, whatever, but he's white. So 2 of them, right? So he's like, whenever you talk to him, he's like, what did I do? What did I do? What did I do? This is him throwing something and it breaks against the wall. What did I do? This is him kicking someone. What did I do? This is him walking into my classroom. Can I go to the bathroom? Like, you just got here. This is him coming back from the back. Can I get a drink of water? This is him after he got a drink of water. My head hurts. Can I go to the office? This is him sitting there in a whole class period. Because I'm like, you're not going anywhere. So now he's sitting with his head down. I gave him a worksheet. And, we tailor the worksheets to their ability. So it's like a coloring, color the atom chart. He sits, color whatever you want to color, not even the correct colors. And he sits there with his head down the whole time. And then he leaves the paper on the desk and he just goes about his business. Next week, he's like, I didn't get a paper. Can I get another paper? And I'm just like, so then the next week, I'm like, you're going to sit here? You're going to forget the paper? But, so that's him. And And he was implicated because the way he writes his O's have a little swirl that is unique to him. Because they did like his teachers know what he writes like. He don't write anything in my class because they don't do nothing. Anyway, we're in the office. I'm trying to get the pizza, and his dad comes in. His dad's like, walks over. Is she here? Pointing to the principal, and the principal was interrogating the other students. And then he looks at the secretary, who's pregnant, who forgot my pizza, but it's her birthday. And he's like he's like shouting, like talking in a tone that is not respectful of a school, a Catholic school, of the situation, a pregnant woman, someone who's not related. And he's saying all this. My son said there was bombs at the school, and the police, the SWAT team, and the FBI were interrogating him. Which none of that happened. But this is coming back from a son who's all, what did I do? But he believes him. Like, I get it, you want to bat for your kid. If your kid says people are bothering him, blah, 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 blah. But he was suspended last week. So clearly, well, he's like, next time you want to interview him, he must be with me. Like, what? Like, we had school threats, and we got to tiptoe around this, and so that was that. And then at the end of the day, the other teachers, so we're middle school, and across the street is elementary. Now, I didn't know this because I'm just dealing with my little part. The principal didn't tell the elementary teachers. So now the elementary teachers are getting wind of it, and they're just like, I don't feel safe going out of school with school threats. I'm not coming to school on Monday. And other teachers are chiming in, I'm not coming either. How dare you not tell us what's going on? And I'm like, really? 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 Now, maybe I would feel the same way if I was in their situation, because they didn't know. The specialty teacher who's helping or manning doing the play, it's an 8th grade play, so she's with the 8th graders, but she's out the loop. So I'm always telling her, so this is what's happening, this is da-da-da-da, because so then I'm telling her, and then she's just kind of like, they're going to cancel her play. I'm like, you got to be positive. They're not going to cancel this play. I was joking with her, after we do this play, we're going to get so much funding, and people are going to notice that we're a real school, and people are going to donate, and blah, blah, blah. The play, like Sister Act. We're going to have some kid who never sang, be like, and Jesus walked, and Jesus walked, when... And then everyone's going to get up there, and Lauryn Hill will get her 12 Grammys. That's what I believe. But, yeah. It's just so cold out. Freaking... Anyway. So I was talking, I'm like, and she's just like having all these ideas, and she's like, I can't say anything. And I'm like, I know, you're probably the youngest in our school. I never asked her before, but she's 22 years old. She's a baby in terms of teaching. But she's such a, like, our kids, like, and she was saying this, sometimes I'm worried. These kids are big, like, middle school. They're big kids, tall and whatever. And if they wanted to hurt her, it wouldn't be unless she knows Taekwondo or Bruce Lee shit. But she's still in there. She's like, she got her teacher voice, like, sit down. I said sit. Well, she doesn't have that voice. Sit down. Enough, all right? Enough. And she's holding her ground. And this is the same school where other teachers have quit. They couldn't deal with it. And here, 22-year-old straight out of college, and handling her shit. So I always try to be like, you're doing a great job. Like, I'm just overwhelmed. Like, yeah, this school is overwhelming, but you are handled. I don't say shit, whatever. But the thing that is just so. So anyway, yesterday, all the teachers are in the parking lot leaving early. They should be there till 5 or 4, and they're just hightailing out of it. Mind you, all the kids who were suspended left already. But whatever, free day off, whatever. So then, I get in the car, and I get a phone call from the principal. I think the principal was still on campus. I don't know if she knew that I was still there, but whatever. she calls me up and she's just like, I'm so sorry. Good morning. She's like, I'm so sorry that I didn't put you in the loop. But this has been a year thing. Like, we never know anything. If you're not in with teacher A or teacher B or B in that spot, you don't know shit, which we got technology. But so the 8th and the 7th graders, they talk to me because I want to say it's more so last year I found out that they go to an open mic, and I went to the open mic twice. I saw them perform, they saw me perform, and we've been cool ever since. And then the pizza thing, so we building rapport that way. I still don't know much about them. I don't know if they have kids. For the longest time, I thought they were dating, but they're not dating. They just always move together as a unit. She is married. Like, I don't ask these questions, don't come up, but and it's like one day she was telling me, oh, Kev was, like, who's Kev? You never. So they keep me in the loop for the most part. And I don't come at the principal, so she calls me. Other teachers, like, she won't look me in the eye. And I always throw this in, because that's just who I am. So after she's just like, how do you feel? And I'm like, I just feel disappointed, and, and she's like, I know, because you really care about the kids, and it's just disgusting and da-da-da-da-da. And I was just like, yeah. But I told them, you guys you have potential. It's like, oh, Matthew Bailey, oh, Mr. Bailey. Because no one else is saying that. They're just like, kick him out of school. And I'm like, well, they got potential. And then I'm just like, and I told them I have to forgive them because that's what we do. I'm not Catholic. And she's like, God bless your soul. But the other teachers are not saying that. We're in a Catholic school. It just drives me crazy. Like, public school, yeah, get them out of here. But I have seen no prayers. I have seen no, like, what would Jesus do? If any time. Anyway, so I ended. So she's like, how are you doing? I'm just like, blah. And I'm like, I know it must be very difficult for you as the principal, because she has the teachers in her face. How dare you? She has the parents in her face. How dare you? She has innocent kids, like, I didn't do anything, like truly innocent, which will have their parents, how dare you include my kid in interrogations? And then she probably has her bosses, Board of Education, what the hell's going on at your school? She has a little 2-year-old, Mommy, why you never, like, all that shit, and she has to put on a strong face. She could get fired for mishandling. Like, I feel bad for her. I don't know. I just feel bad for a lot of people. I don't feel bad for, like, the kid who got, like, I told him, I said, listen, when we find out who did it, you may get kicked out of school, and I won't miss you, because our schools are already overpopulated. So it is what it is. Goodbye. And it is like, I don't have remorse for people who do. Now, kids, I have a sweet spot. Like, they're young, but we don't live. There's very, 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 very small room for mistakes. You call someone a nigger in the wrong school, they're gonna shoot you, beat you the hell up, or you. But yeah, that was my week. And then on top of all that, we're doing the play. We lost our Aladdin. The person we cast for Aladdin, he's getting expelled or kicked out. We lost Omar. I don't know if you guys know the name. They weren't necessarily in the movie. But anyway, we lost. So there's Aladdin, and he has 3 friends. We lost 2 of his friends. So Aladdin, 2 of his friends. And then the one kid who really, from the beginning, is like, yeah, I don't think he should be in here. But the art teacher, director, she's like, let's give him a chance. Like, yeah, I just don't see it. Because he's just, so he's out. So we lost 4 people. We can recast. It's possible to still salvage the play. We've got 2 months. But the other teacher's like, oh, we should just cancel it. We should just cancel it. And and that's where we come in. I'm just a first-year teacher. She's a first year and 22. So you got all the other teachers just like, nope. Like, right from the beginning, we didn't have the support of the school. It's just, we are going to do it. And I told her, I got your back. Because there's no way you can do, she teaches art, she teaches music for the whole school. She does an art club after school. And then she was going to do the play. There's no way that she could do all that without the support. And I know how the school is. It is just, so I'm like, I got you. I go to every practice and just sit there. I do the music, play it, whatever. We'll make it happen. But yeah, man. But she was really upset. Like, they're going to cancel the play and I wanted to keep it. Like, she was saying, what if we vouch for the student? Like, I don't know about vouching for these students. Because, again, when they came back from, when the incident happened, they were laughing. The kid who got suspended, he was like skipping out. I got suspended. I got a week off. Like, what? And then she saw that. And that was our Aladdin. Like, and here I was going to put my neck out for this little. So, yeah, man. She was even saying maybe the school's going to close down, which I had that feeling from last year. And it might happen if enough kids leave, enough parents, whatever. If the principal gets fired, a school without a principal is not a school. Ain't that what Luther Vandross said? A school without a principal is not a school. But yeah, man, I'm good. At any point, I know I said the right words. I regardless, they could be like, why'd you get kicked out? Oh, I called this teacher a nigger and he turned around and said he's disappointed in me. He wasn't angry. No, he just seemed hurt. Maybe that will be enough. I mean, they're still young. Our kids are 14, 15, 8th grade, 13, 12, 11, 10. So middle school. So it may suck, new schools, whatever, but they still have a chance to like just be better people. I mean, I guess in Catholic world, there's different schools. So if you got kicked out of one school, you can't go to the good Catholic school. I'm not sure how that works. That might suck, but they'll figure it out, or they won't. But it's really hard. I'm glad they're out. I really don't want to see them back in the school, because how do you do that one? I mean, I got to practice forgiveness, compassion. But yeah, man. So that's my story. That's my story. I said I was trying to sandwich. So sandwiches, something good, something negative, and something good at the end of it. I don't have. I don't know. Something good. I don't know if it is. So I jumped on Plenty of Fish, right? Because why not? And I made my profile and I started talking to people. And it is what it always was. Scammers. For day one, I got a scammer. I guess they're going by how New York count is, because I seem to only get scammers when I first sign up. People who live all the way in Bumblefuck, which is always weird. It's like, we vibing and it'd be like, where do you live? I'm like, I live here. Like, oh, that's only 2 hours and 30 minutes. Yeah, I'm not doing all that. People who have like 10 kids. What you got 10 kids for? I mean, you got 10 kids, that's you. But I don't want 10 kids. I'm pretty sure there's like 5 different pops for those 10. I'm good. That kind of picture where it's like just one of these. Like, I want to see the rest of your body. Like, it's not, I'm not body shaming or anything. It's Women's International Day, whatever. But I want to know. I want to know. So I get a lot of those people. Hey. I won't go into that. But yeah, it is annoying. Because anyone who lives, like, they'd be like, some of the things I like to do is walk around the trail in Easton. Like, I walk on a trail on Easton. So I try to match with them, and they'll be like, not interested. Like, But it is what it is, you know? It is what it is. Right now, I don't know how, well, I stopped buying shit. I'm like, how it happened? So I stopped buying shit. So I had money. I could actually buy my plane ticket to go to Japan right now. I mean, I got other bills coming and other shit, and I do have to go to work, but right now I have enough to buy a ticket. Although, I don't know if I want to go on a plane. I don't think I'll take a train to Japan, and I don't think I want to be on a boat. Can't walk, can't swim. But every other minute I hear this plane, and it's like horrific. I don't want to be on no damn plane, because I one of my things that I always end up doing, and I don't know why these videos are on the plane thing. I watch the movies where planes crash on the plane. I just, but now if I'm sitting there and and I look out the window and it's on fire and it's just like, over all the doors coming off, or that's scary. 13 hours? Like, I'm not a turbulence guy. I don't know who loves turbulence, but I don't want to have no turbulence. I don't even like it when I'm in my car driving really fast and the car starts to, nah. But yeah, man, I'm happy. As I mentioned many times, for those who care, maybe you don't care, but I buy sample packs. And every Black Friday, they have 70% off discounts, or 80%, like bundle deals that are already discounted, and then you can like get your discounts on top of a discount. So it could be like 80% off of whatever. Throughout the year, they hit you with a 50%, which is good. 80% is better. 25, 15, buy one, get one free, which technically is a 50% off one. So I just been waiting. And again, I don't even need any samples because I have so many that I haven't even listened to. I just buy packs now. Like a whole library of shit that I go through the process of getting it all situated, and then I move on to the next. So when Black Friday comes, I'm gonna get so much shit, 'cause I'm gonna save up for it. That's the way you should do stuff. The other day I went to CVS to buy, it was Friday, yesterday, and I knew I was gonna buy that nice pizza, so I wanted to have something to drink with it. So I got a Snapple. Paid $2.25 for one Snapple. And I got two Snapples, $4.50. And I was really upset with myself. $4.50 for two Snapples? That's not convenient, sir. Because at Giant supermarket, it's $3.99 for 6. Or 4 for $5. Or 13, but it's at $10 for 12. Like, those are reasonably priced. Convenient in the sense that I'm in a car. It's not like I'm walking. But I was really upset with myself. I get upset, but I don't care. You do what you gotta do. But people be in like a convenience store or a bodega, I guess corner stores are bodegas, and they're buying like groceries for the week. You know how expensive that is? Like, they ripping you off. And this is the kind of shit I wanted, like I was telling my kids, stop buying the lunch snacks. You can go to the store and that $5 you spend, and you can get a box of Rice Krispies or whatever. Don't buy it from, they don't listen. And then they'd be like, yeah, I'm a boss. You ain't a boss. You stupid. But it's not even that you're stupid, but they're training you. It's not a conspiracy. It just is. I mean, back in my day, you get a cookie for 25 cents. Now you're paying $1.25 for a 25. I mean, I don't know if you know Aldi's if you're not in my area, but discount store. There's a corner store, a gas station corner store, and I see them shopping at the Aldi's buying bread, buying it in wholesale looking shit. And then they put those wholesale that they bought for, what, I think it's 50 cents for a loaf. And in the store, they're selling it for $2.30. And the people are, now, maybe because they're using, what do you call it? Welfare or EBT, whatever. But still, if they, but I don't get mad at those kind of things, because it is what it is, you know? Like my dad, he got mad that the people, our neighbors, park like they don't know that cause I came home and there was nowhere to park, and there was a little tiny spot, but the crazy thing is it was 2 cars from the same house, so they could have like made it. So I had to park on a side street. My dad, he stopped driving for like, I guess 2 years now. He's all upset. Oh, come down, park it. But you don't drive. And I mean, maybe if it's raining, it's annoying. And if it's snowing, I like to be parked in front of my house because you got to clean the snow. And if I'm on the side street, it's an emergency street, so it's whatever. But on a regular day, whatever. I try to tell that to my kids. They forever be in each other's business. Kid is reason, and the dog went to the river. Like, it's river, stupid. I'm like, you know what he meant. You're reading the same text. Calm down. Then the same kid who was shouting, he'd be like, I don't even know how. He was like, we're talking about the dog going to the river. He's like, and the cat went to the desert. He switched the words. Like, I don't know what, I know dyslexia is reversing shit, but he switched the whole, and he wasn't doing it on purpose. And then one kid said, it's not desert, it's river. And he's like, I know, river. Like, how can you be so upset? Like, that's the thing that drives me. And I hope one of my missions as a teacher is if I can help these kids turn into productive people who don't have to say what's in their mind every 3 seconds. Now, I don't know if that's possible because technology has made it so easy. Everyone got a podcast. I've been doing this for a long time. I didn't jump on any bandwagon to talk about my thoughts. I don't promote these or anything. People who watch it, watch it. You know, it's just me getting my thoughts out for the week. It's therapeutic. It really is. It's like journaling. Write a diary. Maybe going to confession. So the teacher, our teacher, she said to the 8th grade boy, she's like, whoever did it, if you don't fess up, well, at least go to confession. What? I don't get that. What, I mean, and how does that work? Because they would go to confession at our cathedral. So he's like, yeah, I did it. And the guy, he can't tell because that's just what it is. And his soul is like, I don't. But again, it's not my place to know. And I try, but I'm only human, you know? So, I mean, I think, one thing that has happened since, you know, I'm here with the kids, we'll be doing something and I just look at them and then the kids will say something that I would say in a way that I would say it. Obviously, it's on the other side. Obviously. I don't say obviously, but I would stress upon them that all the information is there for you. It has been provided. Relax. I hear them say that a lot. Relax. I always say, why are you shouting? They're like, why are you shouting? I don't feel bad, but I want to be better than that. I want to show compassion, but it's hard to show compassion when you're getting bombarded with 18 little hands flopping up in the air like, I can't. I mean, I can. I even have like a superpower. Like I'm turned around doing some paperwork, and then the kid's like, he said, but it's me who's going to get in trouble. Mr. Bailey only sees me. But they're whispering. They're like, he only sees. And I turn around like, that is correct. And I turn back like, oh my gosh, how did he? Because I'm tuned into, I got one student, her voice is so light, I can't hear it. In the morning, I'm like, what do you want for lunch? And she'll say, like, I can't, like, I just read her lips. Maine, or swap out, or packing. And if someone's in front of her and she's like, and I'm bobbing and weaving and she just happens to, and then she'll raise her voice and she'll be like, I said Maine. Like, I didn't hear you, sweetie. Like, whoa, Yesterday, one of my kids was asking me, 'cause I told him it's payday. He's like, do you get paid every day? They wouldn't know because they don't work. And I'm just like, well, at this school, we get paid every 2 weeks. In Japan, I got paid every month. I think now at McDonald's and stuff, you can get paid every day. And he's just like, and he kept he was putting everything to a dollar amount. And I'm like, you can do it that way, but I never did it that way. It's because, and I gave him an example, like if you could figure out how to work from home and still get paid, it may work out for you. I mean, maybe you don't want to be home trying to work, but sitting in your slippers and you're not having to drive, that might be beneficial. Or get that 4-hour work week in there. You're on the beach at Fiji. But I always put it like, I get paid this amount to be from here to here. In Japan, I was like leaving 3 hours early, still getting paid to be from here to here. And I had a part-time job. So I was like getting paid to be from here to here, leaving 3 hours early, and then making more money. And then the main job covered my travel expenses, and my part-time job was in between said home and thing. So I put it down on Excel one time. I was making money, like just because of the way things were overlapping. Because they paid for our transportation. I got a month pass. It just worked out. Satisfaction, like you could be making $1 billion, but if you're shoveling shit all day, does that make you feel good? Is it something that gets you up in the morning? I'm excited. I speed to work so I can get there, get my thing there. And when the kids come in, I'm genuinely happy to say, hey, good morning. By the end of the day, I'm like, get out of here. But throughout the day, I'm happy. And then, we have a good enough rapport where if I have to redirect Johnny still says, goodbye, Mr. Bailey. See you next week. Like, there's no hard feelings. And it's working. I'm comfortable enough now. I told him we're going to have a field trip. And I was super nervous. I don't want to be outside of school with these little guys. But I'm comfortable now that let's go for it. We're going to go to Crystal Cave, look at some rocks. And they're excited. For those who have never been there, excited to have, because they haven't had a field trip in like 4 years. COVID too, and then the teachers were not, teacher quit last year. You can't have a field trip without a teacher. But yeah, man, it's, so I was trying to, but it's hard to, no one really gets this idea because, most people, I make $479,000 and I shovel shit, but I got a 401k and, but like, nah. When I put my head down on the pillow, I sleep until 6 o'clock. I can't do nothing. Like today's my day off. And I put my head on that pillow and boop, 6 o'clock, I'm up. Actually 5 o'clock, I'm up. But yeah. But I'm happy, and you can't really put a price on that. Happiness. But it's a hard concept. So I end on that one. That I end on a happy note. You can't put a price on happiness. I do love my job. The politics of it sucks. I think if we had a policy where if a kid did something wrong, they get suspended, detentions, fined, we'd be different. But we hadn't had that, so the kids didn't know. Yeah. I've never been in jail, but I know I don't want to go there. I don't need to go there, but maybe they hadn't had a concept of that. It's kind of like heaven and hell, right? No one's been to hell. They think hell is happening now. And once you get to your destination, you can't come back. But on Earth, it's kind of, they think they're tough guys until shit hits the fan. And I heard one of them was crying. Not that I wanted to see it, but you were tough enough to write shit on the bathroom. You should be tough enough to take whatever consequences that are coming your way, sir. But yeah, man. Can't put a price on happiness. And I guess you can't put a price on stupidity. It's priceless, right? I like that one. Can't put a price. When I'm rich and famous, someone's gonna quote me. You can't put a price on stupidity. But I'm just broken nobody. So no one's gonna quote me. It's okay though. It's okay. We getting there. Oh, I got one more story. So last week, someone, it was last week. Someone reached out to me like, yo, how much for a beat? And I said, I don't know. Well, I didn't say I don't know, but I don't have enough people asking me for my services to actually have a menu for my pricing. So I just picked a random number. I said first, what kind of beat you want? Because if he's asking for something I can't do, but he's like, it's a trap beat, and he sent me an example, and it was one of that's a bad example of what a trap beat sounds like, but just the triple hi-hats and that generic sound. Not that it's it got its own thing. Anyway, I'm like, yeah, I could do that. He's like, how much? And I'm like, I'm 42, so I rounded up $45. And I crossed my fingers because I'm not negotiating lower than that. So then he's like, 45? I was going to give you 100. Is 100 okay? Now I'm cheesing. Like, because I was going to say, I'll give you 2 beats for 100. But he just came in, said, $100. Now I'm driving. I just left somewhere. So I'm en route driving. And I'm on the highway typing, when do you need it by? And he's like, oh, when can you give it by? And I'm like, how about Sunday? It was Friday. It's like, how about Sunday? He's like, okay, that'd be cool. And he's like, so what's your PayPal? Now I can't type out a PayPal driving, so I had to get to the house. And recently my PayPal, or my email that I used for my PayPal from like 15 years ago, they the server that I used, they started charging for, so back, I made a video about this, I just never posted it. But wow, I gotta start posting these, man. But anyway, my server hosting thing, HostGator, I used to pay one price and I could have unlimited domain names. So anytime I had an idea about a business, I'd pay for it from GoDaddy and then attach it to my HostGator, and it would just live there forever. One price for as many, unlimited. About a year ago, they decided they ain't making money off of that. So they raised the price and they said you could only have one domain. Everything other is an extra $20. So at one point I had like 5 different accounts on my thing. That's $20 a month for each one. I'm like, you know what? I'm not gonna pay for that. So my PayPal was one of them, so I didn't pay for it. So I was curious if I can use the email address that was connected to it. And so I was hesitant. I needed to do some research if I could, but I didn't tell him. So I went to bed, and then in the morning I did the research, and I found another way to get PayPal money to me without using the email. I opened up my Instagram to send him the thing, and he goes, "You're not serious." And then he disappears, like self-deletes, which is weird because normally you block, but the whole conversation disappeared as if it never been there. Maybe I was dreaming. Like, who the hell would give me $100 when I'm saying 45? Too good to be true. But I was kind of like, man, I already started spending that $100. I'm gonna buy. Actually, I was gonna save it for my trip to Japan. Or how about this one? This happened. These were like back to back. Some rando, he's a rando. He hit me up on my Instagram. He's like, yo, you got any pictures of that one model? And it's so weird because 2-3 years ago, he paid me for one of my shoots for this particular model, which I thought was super creepy. But I don't talk to the model like that. So I'm like, fuck it. Whatever happens, happens. I did pay her, so I can do whatever I want. Or maybe I can't, but I'll still, fingers crossed. So he paid me $500 for my photo shoot for work with this one model. And what pissed me off is I got other models where we got shoot after shoot after shoot and a good rapport. I could call him up like, yo, this guy, he's paying, splitting with her, whatever. But he picked this one, maybe it was an ex-boyfriend, maybe a creeper, I don't know. So he pays it $500. And he's like, you got any more pictures of her? And I'm like, nah, because I didn't like her. We didn't have good vibes. So he appears a couple weeks ago, like, you got any other pictures of her? And I'm like, and then I found one. We had 3 shoots. I'm like, yeah, I got one more shoot. Like, can you send me them? Maybe I'll buy them. And I'm like, whatever. I need the money. I started spending that money too. Like, oh, he's gonna give me another $500. So I send him the thumbnails, like just a little picture of what the shoot was. And he doesn't respond back. He doesn't say no, yes. I'm like, who are these people? I mean, good riddance, whatever. Yeah. But anyway, thank you for listening. Be safe and peace.